Hello and welcome guys. Today is going to be the last episode in a series of giving these strats that do not have devil fruits. And today we're going to be talking about Jinbei. Now back in volume 98, that SBS, Oda answered this question and he did so for all these strats, except for Jinbei. So we don't really know Oda's thoughts because, in the videos I've been given Oda's thoughts. So today we're just going to be going without them. Now, as you guys know, if you've been here, the rule, right, for just for those of you who don't know, the rule is that it just has to be suitable for them. Now, it doesn't matter whether this is battle or gags or personality, whether you want to do your own analysis of the character and the way Oda portrays them and give them a different bit on that, right? Canon, filler, made up. All it has to do is suit them, and probably explain why that suits them. But those are the only rules. So if you're ready, then guys, hit that like button, subscribe. If you're scared about spoilers, check the description. I do this for both anime watchers and manga readers. So let's get into it. Now, like I said, we just get into it without mentioning Oda's one because Oda didn't mention anything like this. But at number 5 for me, admittedly a bunch of them are overpowered, is the Uo no Mi model Seiryu, which is Kaido's devil fruit. Now, number 1, you have to admit it's a little bit funny that a fishman has a fish devil fruit. Just say. But again, it's a bit of a pop. I can see Jinbei having something like that, right? Jinbei has that kind of presence, right? In which I don't know about the whole Jinbei turning into a dragon thing. Maybe the hybrid thing is better, but I can see Jinbei having that kind of difference. Maybe it's the teeth. Is it the teeth? I think it's the teeth and the skin color. Also the fact that Kaido is a blue dragon, Jinbei is blue. It somehow makes sense to me. Tell me if it makes sense to you guys, because I'm not really sure. But I could see Jinbei having a fruit like that. Maybe not exactly the fire borrow breath doesn't make sense, but I can see the wind sides. I can see a lot of the other, the strength, durability, adding all of that on. We don't know if Kaido devil fruit allows him to be, a bit mobile in the water or something like that. We don't know how Kaido interacts with water, especially because it's a fish devil fruit and they said land, sea, or air. Why did they add sea if he's a devil fruit user? So we don't really know how it is there, but having something like that with Jinbei, the possibilities, right? The possibilities. Another one at number 4 is another Yonko's devil fruit, and that is the Gura no Mi Whitebeard's devil fruit. And I think this will go really well with his Fishman Karate, because imagine the Fishman Karate, but you're adding the Gura no Mi at the end of that, right? So the effects of someone would feel with that, it's over. It's really over for anyone, right? Once Jinbei does an attack with that. So number 4, I don't feel like I don't even need to explain anything else, is Whitebeard's Gura no Mi, right? Oh wait, let me just explain one more thing that I just thought about. Imagine, that technique that Whitebeard does, where it's kind of like he grabs the air, like it's like it's a sheet or something like that. He just pulls that. Imagine Jinbei mixing that with the one where he kind of throws the current. Right, so imagine doing both of those. Imagine what the sea would be like if Jinbei did both of those. Just think about it for a second. And let's move on to number 3, which is going to be the Hitohito no Mi model Daibutsu Sengoku's Buddha fruit, because of the shockwaves, right? Because of the way the shockwaves come out, that kind of reminded me of the way that Jinbei does his Fishman Karate. But also Jinbei being kind of a Buddha, a serene, calm character all the time, always just there to mellow out everyone, balance, create that balance. It just made so much sense, right? If I think of characters who could be a Buddha apart from Sengoku, who has the fruit, Jinbei is one of the characters who would come to mind, right? Maybe some others, but one of the first ones for me is definitely Jinbei. So I can see it fitting his character overall, the Buddha kind of character, but also the whole shockwaves thing, again, kind of similar to Whitebeard and the Gura no Mi, adding that to his Fishman Karate, but I can see that adding to Jinbei. And it really makes sense in my head, I can see it. But let's move on. Let's move on from, these Yonko and Fleet Admiral devil fruits. Let's go on to number 2, which I will put as the poor fruit. This is Kuma's fruit. And I think another fantastic addition, the ability to remove pain from a person to create these again shock waves. What else? You can also do transportation, right? Which would be great if you going to Fishman Island. Just create a bubble. You don't need to do no coating. Go into the water and travel, because you have to figure that Kuma, he can choose to make the bubbles move as fast as he wants. I don't think that they all necessarily have to move really slowly. He can let them travel as fast as he would like. So he could basically coat stuff in a bubble and send it anywhere. And so it doesn't have to just be this disappear. It could just be bubble and let you go slowly and nicely, right? You expect what's going to happen. So Jinbei having that as a support in the Straw Hat crew, that makes a lot of sense to me, right? And also it would allow him to then not really lose too much about being a devil fruit user, because he could somehow just coat himself in the bubble and then go in the water, fight a bit at disadvantage like the way Luffy was fighting against Hody Jones, but still go in the water and fight some more. So yeah, it's a disadvantage, but also he can cover up in a certain way. But finally at number 1 we have, and I don't think we've ever gotten the name for this fruit, but it's Smoothie's dehydration fruit. And I think this is a great addition. Now, of course, as far as Jinbei being a fishman, there's no way this covers for that. There's no way. He's just going to be immobile in the water. But I think it still opens the door for extending what Jinbei already has as a character. We've seen that Jinbei can do a lot with Fishman Karate. He can do that thing, I don't know what it's called, where they kind of like, the water drips and then they kind of throw it. It's like, I'm playing with water or something like that. And then there's a whole thing where he throws the currents and everything. But Smoothie Devil Fruit allows her to kind of like remove the moisture from stuff and use that moisture to attack. So imagine Jinbei kind of mixing that with what he already does in taking moisture and attacking with it, but in an even greater sense. Because we saw Smoothie actually absorb seawater and become larger, and then shoot out attacks using that. So Jinbei, that really takes all Jinbei's attacks to a whole new level if he did that, right? Jinbei absorbing some seawater and then mixing that with, a Fishman Karate technique. I just say keep Fishman Karate, but I think there's Fishman Jujutsu and other stuff like that. It's not just Fishman Karate, but it's the go-to one that I know definitely exists. I don't want to say a Fishman martial arts, which ends up not existing. I'm just here talking about something that I made up on my own. But all his Fishman Karate techniques, whether it's Jujutsu, Karate, or anything else. Is there a Fishman Judo? I don't know. You see, I may be making these things up, but it would add to all those kinds of things. I could see it definitely helping, right, with Jinbei, and maybe just something where it's kind of like, because he can't enter the water, it's still great because he can manipulate the currents and the water using the mixture of Fishman Karate and Smoothie Devil Fruit to absorb water, even seawater, right? So even though he can't get into the water, he's not at a disadvantage where he can't help the Straw Hats on the sea. He can still do it. It's just he does it from outside of the water. But guys, these are my thoughts on Jinbei. Let me know how you feel. Let me know if you guys think these ones were good, which ones were bad. Should the order be different? Have you guys come up with your own devil fruits for Jinbei, which you guys think would be better than these? Or if you made up one yourself, let me know. I'm really interested if you made up one on your own. But this is all for this video. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe as always if you want more content like this. If you know someone who needs to hear the truth, share this video with them. If you have time, watch my other videos. We've done this now for all the Straw Hats that don't have devil fruits. So go ahead, put it on the playlist if you haven't watched any of them, or if you've missed some. Go ahead, go back on my channel. You can see all of them. I put links to all of them in the description as well. So guys, that's the end of this video. It's King KZ. I'll see you in the next one.